Before we dive into the specifics, let's set the stage. Vagaro is an all-in-one business management software designed for the beauty, wellness, and fitness industries. It handles everything from appointment booking and client management to inventory and, crucially for our discussion today, payment processing. When your clients pay for services or products through Vagaro, those transactions go through Vagaro's merchant services. And that's where the deposit timeline comes into play. So, how long does it really take Vagaro to deposit money into your bank account? Generally speaking, for most credit card transactions, Vagaro aims for next business day deposits. That's right, in most cases, your funds will be in your bank account the very next business day after the transaction is processed. But, as with anything involving money and banking, there are a few key factors that influence this timeline. The first and most important factor is the batch cutoff time. Think of it like this. Your credit card transactions throughout the day are collected into a batch. At a specific time, this batch is closed out, processed, and then prepared for deposit. Vagaro offers two primary batch cutoff times. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, PST. This is the default cutoff time for most Vagaro accounts. If a transaction is processed before 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a weekday, it will be included in that day's batch and typically deposited into your bank account the following business day. However, if a transaction occurs after 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it will be included in the next day's batch, meaning it will take 2 business days to reach your account. 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, PST. For businesses that prefer to have an entire day's transactions batched together, Vagaro allows you to switch your cutoff time to midnight PST. If you opt for this, all transactions made from 12:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a given day will be batched together and deposited the following business day. This can be beneficial for businesses that operate late into the evening or simply prefer a full-day reporting cycle. You can typically change this setting in your merchant account settings within Vagaro. Now, let's talk about weekends and holidays, because these are common points of confusion. Weekend transactions. Any transactions processed on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays are batched together and deposited on the following Monday. This is because banks are generally closed on weekends and cannot process deposits until the next business week. So, if you make a sale on Friday afternoon, Saturday, or Sunday, expect to see that money on Monday. Holidays. Bank holidays can also affect your deposit schedule. As a general rule of thumb, transactions processed on a holiday will typically be deposited into your bank account after 2 business days. If your scheduled deposit day lands on a holiday, the funds will be deposited on the following business day. It's always a good idea to be aware of the bank holiday schedule, especially around major holidays like Christmas, New Year's Day, or national holidays specific to your region. Vagaro usually provides a list of observed bank holidays in their support documentation. It's also important to understand that while Vagaro processes the deposit swiftly, the exact time the funds appear in your bank account can vary slightly depending on your specific financial institution. Some banks process deposits faster than others. For example, businesses on the 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time schedule might see funds as early as 10:30 a.m. local time, depending on their bank's capabilities. What about other types of transactions within Vagaro? While credit card transactions are the most common, there are a couple of other scenarios to consider. Vagaro Pay Later. If your business utilizes Vagaro Pay Later, where customers can pay for services in installments, the full purchase amount, minus a 6% non-refundable fee, is typically deposited into your bank account the next business day. The cutoff time for Vagaro Pay Later transactions is 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Any transactions made after this cutoff will be deposited in 2 business days. The great thing about Vagaro Pay Later from a merchant's perspective is that once the initial deposit is made, future payments are handled directly between the customer and Vagaro, so missed customer payments don't affect your initial deposit. Rent collection payments. If you use Vagaro for rent collection, those payments may take slightly longer, up to 5 business days, to be deposited into your bank account. These often involve ACH transfers, which inherently have a longer processing time than credit card transactions. Now, a common question arises: what if you need your money faster? Vagaro understands that sometimes immediate access to funds is crucial for business operations. That's where instant payouts come in. Instant payouts allow you to transfer funds to your bank account instantly, bypassing the regular batch deposit schedule. This can be incredibly useful for unexpected expenses, urgent inventory needs, or just to have peace of mind. Here's what you need to know about instant payouts. Availability. Instant payouts are available for each merchant account at businesses that meet Vagaro's prerequisites. Fee. There is a fee associated with instant payouts, typically 1.75% per deposit. Limits. Instant payouts are usually limited to a maximum of $2,500 per day, with a minimum limit of $25. Any funds exceeding the daily limit will be grouped with your next regular batch deposit. Processing time. While they are called instant, it can take up to 30 minutes for the funds to actually transfer to your bank account. How to initiate. You can usually initiate an instant payout from your merchant account settings within the Vagaro Pro app or the web version. You simply select the amount you want to deposit and confirm the transfer. It's important to note that your deposit balance within Vagaro shows the funds that have already been processed and are ready for transfer. This balance will reset to zero at your chosen batch cutoff time, indicating that your funds are on their way to your bank. There's also a slight delay, about 2 hours, for new credit card transactions to appear in your Vagaro balance. So, if you process a large sale, don't panic if it doesn't show up immediately in your available balance. It just needs a little time to process internally before becoming eligible for instant payout or batching. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.